Hello boys, my name is Koyoshi. Welcome back to my blind playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Well, rather the bonus episodes of it. In the last video, we left off, well, what can I say, doing some grinding with the soul hacker. So I kinda lied. I'm not gonna grind all of the skills. It just seems really unfair and takes a really long time, so I decided to just jump straight to the challenge battles since that's basically the last thing we haven't done in the thing yet. In fact, by the way, if we were playing the base game, the soul hacker was literally the only ever thing we would have to grind. Like, once we're done with this, we're basically done with the whole game, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, I'm gonna change a few things. No, wait. Oh, I thought I had that messed up before, but it looks like I fixed that. Anyway, remember my old setup? Well, I decided to change a few things. I decided to switch Noah in particular around. Instead of using that specific setup, I said, man, I'm just going to use Soul Hacker. Because Soul Hacker has one of the strongest art setups in the game. When combined with particular Wild Wave and Elimination Beam, it's really good. So I'm going to show what I have. Gems is pretty easy. I have Steel Cleaver for more damage, Analyze Weakness for even more damage, and Powered Combo because I'm actually going to be controlling Noah most of the time. If a battle gets too hard, then don't worry, I'll probably just control Xena instead, but typically controlling Noah is best. So yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, for accessories, I have the Saturni Rings for a good damage boost, the Gust Bracelet just to ensure that I have art set up, although that's kind of a tense one. I am going to have it on though, because some of the art charges take a very long time to build up, so I don't want to haste it. So I'm going to keep it for now, although in hindsight, I probably should remove this and instead have Heroes Band Braces. I do believe I have that on Theo here and a couple of ours. This is just to make sure that we have some stuff to do. We still have the break set up otherwise though. We still have the secondary setup. I am going to replace a couple of these abilities though with some more interesting effects. Like, I'm thinking of maybe putting Lucky 7 on, but oh yeah, right. So for those of you, well, why I'm not putting Lucky 7 on? Well, that's because they automatically ban it in this particular mode set. They thought of everything, you know. So, yeah, Lucky 7 cannot be used. So we have to do the fights legit. Oh, smart. As for arts, this is what I'm going to show off. Drain Decree is a nice buff that just grants power charge right away and is very useful when combined with other effects. It can be comboed into Wild Wave and Elimination Beam for massive damage. And then there's another effect that can be done which will actually grant us power recharge a second time. So you can get it from any of these arts. And then Wild Wave is just a 660% damage multiplier and 600% damage boost here. So essentially these are two of the strongest arts, and by combining them together, we get an extremely stupid amount of damage. This might be probably the best damage setup in the game, and I figured use that to make sense. As for skills, we have Dangerous Claws for just more critical rate, because critical rate, I suppose, is really important. Attack Mastery, since, well, we got all the skills, so this one will do a lot of damage. And then Tehran Warrior, since most of the time we're going to be fighting on land. I could technically change this for the other setup. In fact, I am going to do one particular setup. You can either use Tehran Warrior, which I'm going to use for most of the other gauntlets, but for this particular setup, I actually want to use Underworld Rage. That's because in some of these later battles, it's very easy to die, and it's very easy to get the rank up for getting the other skills up. And just so you know, I have damage sharing with most of my characters as the soul links, but I do have that uni skill link to tie on, so we do still have that as damage. Other than that though, I hope you guys are big Noah fans, because I'm going to be controlling Noah for most of these. It's just the best way I found to do a lot of damage. If I find this setup isn't working, don't worry, I have a backup. I can just switch him over to something else and then control Cena as the backup. I'll only do this if I lose, though. So that time, I honestly think we're good. We are level 99 with the max setup and the max diamonds. So, yeah. The time has finally come. We are going to S-rank all of the remaining stages. However, there are quite a few stages. Also, there is one final one as well. So, it turns out there's actually a third stage, but you only unlock it after completing both the main game and Future Redeemed on the same file. So, we're going to have to go back to that at some point. Honestly. So, I guess this... I guess I'll probably consider that part of Future Redeemed, I guess, since, well... That's probably of its own fame. But anyways, let's actually do these. Pharaon versus Pharaon first. This might actually end up only being one video, because all this really is cleaning up the challenges. And by the way, I did mention this before, and I will confirm this. I am not doing the challenges on more than one difficulty. I stick to normal, which was the default, so I am going to stick with that. So, anyways, here we go. For most of these battles, it's honestly not that hard to do a lot of damage. By the way, you actually kind of want to take the deaths in most of these initial battles. Now, if you are worried, one thing that you might actually want to use instead of the Gust Bracelet, which I haven't put on my character for this first battle, to show you it isn't required by any means. But is kind of a useful effect that will give you about 50% more damage increase and 50% more frail. By the way, I am not S-ranking any of the missions. If I happen to S-rank, then good on me. But otherwise, I'm just kind of just doing stuff normally. I don't want to do any grind stuff. I'm surprised with grind. You can see why we wanted to have that like Life Sage for the healing direct, as well as this for the healing support, because it has just been able to survive for a really long time. It's really... For most of these challenge battles, we're probably best off just going for a series of break combos and some other stuffs. Also, I put Lance's form on because I think its automatic launch is really cool. Oh, we got an origin point instead, but Elnay is already dead, so that doesn't really do anything. This is a pretty tough battle already. And that's because this was the only battle. Again, I don't care if I don't defeat them with the chain attack. Honestly, as long as I get the S rank, I'm perfectly fine. So, I might not even be seeing any chain attacks in these particular battles. Other than that, yeah, pretty quick. We're just going to be doing all the challenges we haven't done yet. And then doing the ultimate challenge once they're done. Ooh, this one's interesting. This one is level 70, number of waves 1, level restriction level 70, but in this challenge you're not able to interrank. That's gonna be tough, because we used interrank there to do a lot of damage, so yeah, that's gonna be tough. Sometimes there is multiple waves, but it looks like this, oh yeah, I just realized, it's a good thing I didn't put it up. I was actually going to put a lot of different accessories, and I think I've mentioned before having... Ooh, this is Ethel and Kamari together. Interesting. Anyway, I think I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. I was initially going to do the strategy setup. By the way, I'm probably going to die here. But that's fine, because when I do, Underworld Rage will activate. So when I come back, my damage will be increased, also my arsenal. So it doesn't really waste a lot of time. So all it really does is actually just damage even more stupidly. And we have these set up on purpose because for the setup to work correctly, we actually kind of want our characters to die, but specifically our defense, not making those to be fast. That way, not only can we get faster recharge speed, but it's specifically for the setup I mentioned. Then that activates Under Rage, which is just going to do a good amount of damage. And you can see here, even just using one ensemble, I was able to already get below 50% of the health bar. So that's within, yeah, it's about a minute left. Sorry, now you can see why this is so custom. With a full combo, you can pretty much exterminate any enemy at once. And remember, we want to die here, because if we do, we just come back with even more damage. So the damage just gets really busted from here. It'll destroy the enemies. Okay, I'm gonna see if we can't get a break on Kamavo if possible, but that might not be possible. Yeah, they're resistant. We do have plans set up. Actually, he has range. You know what? I'm just gonna dump my skills on here. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna change to finish him off. That's probably the safest bet. Since he's already so low, I think we can just do this. Yeah, okay, there we go. Fight over. Not really that much of a problem. This strategy is pretty busted. The strategy that I found out about initially involved using a completely different setup, but I figured I got the Soul Hacker set up the best. I figured I would show it off in one way, and this is that time. So yeah, we can basically just show this off at any point, and yeah, it's really busted. But yes, initially my strategy was actually using an item called the Amazing Crystal, or there's actually an even better version of it available. Nice, I'll show you right here. Flawless Crystal. Essentially, for every enemy you KO, it boosts damage dealt, and it maximizes at 250%. Early on in some of these challenges, that's really busted, since I believe it stays for the entire challenge. So essentially by using that, you get a massive damage boost, and it pretty much encompasses every other damage boost in the game. In fact, it's so potential that you often want to erase certain attack boosts just to get it. Because seriously, it is extremely busted. Alright, anyway, moving on, arts and crafts. The recharge speed after using arts is greatly increased. Ooh, this is... Oh, so the recharge speed is fast. Oh, wait, no, it's faster. Okay, so yeah, that's really quick. Holy crap. Okay, this is probably not going to be that long. Honestly, this whole thing is not going to be long. To save a little bit of time, though, I am not doing the Arc Sages Gauntlet run, because the last one is very, very long, and that is better if I just put it in a separate video. So, yeah. By the way, I am still going to set this as if the main game was set up properly. I didn't one-shot that opponent there. Honestly, this is probably a really good set to use. A lot of these arts normally have a very long recharge, but with this effect, we actually get a lot of damage. So, yeah, we're probably going to flip this in a matter of minutes. And the same goes for Moribos as well. Okay, so I noticed there are 5 waves, so it is going to be a bit longer. By the way, this is very much a glass cannon build, as you can see. After using it, Noah is likely going to die, but as long as you have a setup, that part up a lot. This is actually probably one of the better ones to farm if you were just farming for points. points, it could be completed decently faster. I don't know which one of the other ones is slightly better, but I know Noah's is typically the strongest of the Ouroboros forms, so if we put them all in Ouroboros forms, we can get our Ouroboros kills here. And their art recharge is pretty quick. Oh, hello. Also, I just realized something. Some of the other waves might respawn after the next single. Come to the next battle. I think some of these extra modes will actually respawn. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's really any stronger... Oh, hello. I see where the button isn't really helpful. We're chaining this guy, I guess. Alright. I'm gonna do the... I don't think I have... Oh, I do have hard charge. In fact, I have all the buffs. So, you know, while I have this, I'm just gonna use this. Already down to 50% health. Chain is only just begun. We use Uni next. Cool. We're gonna get one of them back. If we get one, that's really useful. I think we can just probably do one more pass so that we get power charge and then get wild wave and HP. We do not get that. So I'm just gonna use the wave. Try and get a kill early. Did not work. So I think I'm just gonna use this off, even though it isn't finished. We can get the guards shared at least everyone, so I guess this is not fair. I don't know if this counts for this count. I'm gonna do Hair Art next as a backup. Though I think I should be able to just use my attacker and use somebody so there we go. I didn't want to use a DPS because we would got over 100%. I'm just gonna chain longer. Remember, I still want to try and go for the S range if possible. If he still survived after that. Okay, well that was really quick. Ooh, we got even more bonus. We're not going to worry about the bonuses, by the way. We're just here to complete the challenges. Still, it's pretty cool that we're triggering a lot of these bonus ones, which is actually quite fun. Whoa. Was that Fiona who just taught there? She seemed really happy. I know Yuta in Japanese is like hooray or something. I know it's something like that. That's actually one of the few things I know about. Okay, this is where it starts to get interesting. So we have accomplished items we can get if we take out these next enemies. However, some of these next ones are much tougher. Actually, this is one where we would change to the being in water, because this one seems... Men of the Sea in particular. Oh, this one's interesting. All members must be Soul Hacker class, no heroes, and no interlinking. I can see now why they set this up. Oh my. Well, don't worry. I can, And it also says no heroes and no interlinking either. Wow, they really don't want us to cheese that particular one. Holy crap. Oh, by the way, we are facing Mobius. I don't know which one to focus on. Either way, we're facing this in G's Palace from the looks of it. Okay, that works really well. We're gonna probably die as Noah, but honestly, I don't care. Like I said, this is the whole point of the class. Purposely outload on all your damage, only to die on purpose and resurrect, but then when you come back, you get 100% damage. That's why I picked it particularly for the setup, because I knew it would activate. In fact, I could probably put that on every single Soul Hacker come the next setup, but I guess that's a good reason to upgrade the Soul Hack skills. So that's a self. If you upgrade all the soul hack skills, then one of these other challenges will become a bit easier, but obviously we do not need it to beat the challenge. Honestly, as long as we have this set up, in fact, I guess one thing we could just do is just have this set up on... Oh, so we're facing all of the Mobius all at once, so that means we're facing K, Z, and basically each of the individual Mobius that we face throughout the game we're all facing here. They're quite nasty, obviously, but that means we can use Mobius stuff that do a lot of damage. Oh, we did get foul partially there. Oh, well. Why was I unable to move up? That was very weird. By the way, thankfully you do not there are no positional charts on this. Of course, this does mean that final countdown does take forever to go through, but it's fine. Wow, that scene still plays in the background. Oh, okay, now we face O and P together. Now this fight is really good last time I did this. So I think this is where I'm gonna put everyone's over. There we go. It should give us the most damage that I can figure of, and I'm gonna just start doing Glorious Wing into Mega Listing Edge, because this is how you do most damage in this mode. Okay, alright, that works pretty well. Yeah, actually, that works pretty well. Oh, well. Dude, somebody else destroyed them, but we reduced the defensive one of these. Oh, there's actually 3 of them in this last wave. Wow! And we just killed the other one. There was Mebius actually just kind of chilling in the corner. Just kind of chilling. He's basically dead. He has the debuff effect, so we're just gonna use Wildlife Elimination Beam, and yeah, that's just gonna kill him outright. That's another good thing that does. Even if you only go into a chain attack briefly, Wildlife Elimination Beam just does so much damage that in most scenarios you can just use that to finish the battle. And just like that, it's done. We didn't get KO. We didn't get no KOs, but honestly, I don't care about that. You're probably gonna have. We're gonna probably have some KOs in this next battle, and we're definitely gonna have some in the next battle, because apparently it doesn't let you go into this one unless you have the Soul Hacker sit-up. Thankfully, we have that set up already, so all we need to do is go to this mode and basically do the following thing. Party formation, move, SOT 2, load, and bam! Just like that, we have our full Soul Hacker setup. One thing I'm going to change though is make sure the Soul Hackers are set up with decent diamonds, so you're going to be auto-built, you're going to be auto-built, you're going to be auto-built, and you're going to be auto-built. And then from there, I think I'm just going to set everyone with something that's at least decent. Unfortunately, this does change Noah's setup initially, which is kind of trolly because then I have to change it back. That's the only annoying thing about is that this thing wasn't shaped with the new setup, but I think if I switch back it might fix it. Nope. Okay, it does not. Okay, that's actually annoying. Because that means we have to, at minimum, change our skill setups around. So, we're gonna switch Wild Wave into this slot. Dino Flash here. Dragon Decree here. I'm gonna mimic this on 2 of the other characters. So both Cena and Noah are gonna have this exact setup. That should help out a lot. So instead of having only one character with the Wild Wave Elimination Beam setup, we're gonna have 2 with it instead. I honestly forgot what the last one was. Oh, no, wait. No, my it's Transient Bond. Transient Bond is like this game. Like, how could I? It's like the rarest art in the game. Like, how could I miss that? And then Poison. Toxic. Yeah, that one. And I'm gonna do the same thing for you as well. It's kind of sad that they don't say the art. I think likely they ran out of time to look at it, so instead of saying the name of the art, they just have a generic voice they say instead. Ooh, we have Transient Bond, thankfully. That's actually still pretty good art, so I'm glad that they at least have that. But let's move Elimination Beam down a bit to this bot and Dragon. This just helps with our safety. And then the other characters can basically just have whatever. It doesn't really matter. If anything, they want to have healing. That's why I auto-built them all. They've already been auto-built from other stuff. Then I have skills that I need to set up. I don't know if this is Turan Warrior or other setup, so I think I'm just gonna mimic the same setup on everyone. Underworld Rage and... yeah, Dangerous Claws. Underworld Rage, Dangerous Claws, and other stuff. I don't know if this is the best to use with this. I know this is like the more balanced skill set, whereas that is slightly stronger. But I'm thinking at least do that. Oh, and of course, Attack Mastery and Heal Mastery must be on those people. I think that is already on though. Nope, you do not have it. So the only thing I'm gonna change is Queen of Mercy is really dumb move. It's only 10% of your healing. Whereas Healing Mastery is significantly stronger if you've gotten all of the effects. So we're going to be running both of those on our healers. You definitely need that. Otherwise, you just don't seem to be as effective. So it's almost required that they have Healing Mastery. Other than that, I'm just kind of using whatever skills. We probably don't need the best skills to win the battle, but I just thought it would be fun. Anyways, let's save that as our new formation too, to make sure we're not messing things up. This will ensure that when we change, we will always have the best setup possible. So, I'm gonna do that, and then I think I should be able to go into the battle. Still though, kind of interesting battle here. Forcing you to only use soul hackers. Now that's quite interesting. I'm definitely going to do this before starting the next battle. So, no heroes and no interranking, it says. You can still start it even though you have a hero. It'll just automatically equip stuff. Speaking of which, yeah, I had to make sure that I equipped that before the battle begins. Otherwise, we're gonna get completely destroyed. So, anyways, here comes your ever so elusive soul hacker battle. We have 6 fist people ready to kick butt. Apparently it removed Gust Bracer on Noah when I did the set. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, thankfully there's a fix for this. So one thing I also forgot to mention, yeah, you can still quit out of battles if for some reason you do not have the right setup. And I just realized I did not set up. My bad. Let's fix that, shall we? Accessories, Saturning Reins, switch that over. I like how she had the Saturning range, even though she was on, doesn't even, I'm Catmer class by default, which was weird. Whoa. No, I didn't want to do that. Lune Reigns, and honestly, I'm just gonna keep the Beautiful Crystal on him. Your optional spot will instead be a Beautiful Crystal. one of your attacks is also going to be replaced by a beautiful crystal. There we go. Now we should have at least a bit more damage, and that should fix part of the problem. And then I just need to set up the gems properly. Steel Cleaver, Analyze Weakness, Empowered Combo. You just have Dispersed Bloodlust is fine. Stat with Analyzed Weakness. Let's save that parry formation and then go into the battle. There we go. Honestly, we probably didn't need to do this, but honestly, I just wanted to make sure. Alright, because this is kind of a... it's our seed setup. I think the way I'm going to balance this out is I'm not going to do all of these battles right away. I'm actually going to save the last 4 battles for the next video. So, sorry if you guys were thinking that something fun was going to happen, but nah. Other than that, yeah, we're just doing all the special battles. Not much to say here. We are going to probably have another video, but I think I'm going to actually tie that particular video, even though it's on Xenoblade 3 normal, into the connector setup, into my future connector plate, whenever I do finally do future connector again. Oh, I guess Gust Bracelet tells me it's not there, but honestly, it's not going to really matter. Yeah, I kind of just replaced it with a fusion crystal, forgetting that I kind of need that. This might actually be so hard. See, part of the problem with Soul Hackers is unless you have a really good setup, it can be very tricky to set up properly. Okay, we're gonna have to start focusing on these. They are actually kind of destroying us. Remember that we do not have any good active healing by default in this class set. And these guys are really frustrating too. They seem to have a lot of AoE. The big thing is, obviously the healing is slightly lower than usual, so that means we're dying. And on top of it, half of the time, it just gets really tricky to even do anything. Yeah, this might be one that actually requires a bit more finesse. Even on normal mode, it seems we've already just been non-stop about... Okay, we have to focus on this Meowth. His Toxic Gas is completely destroying us. We need to focus him. The Meowth is basically 90% of the damage. Because his Toxic Gas seems to always one-shot us, and I do not like it. So we have to kill him first. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over and manually revive these guys. Tyon is still... apparently he was asleep. That's probably why he wasn't going in. There we go. Holy crap. Keep in mind, that was just the first battle. Imagine what this will be like on later calls. So, now you can see how brutal this really is going to be. It also says no interranking, no heroes, and no Orbos either. So that means it's just other characters. This might actually straight up be the hardest challenge in the game. You might have to use a lot more chain attacks. Finally got my nuke off though, so looks like that helped out a bit. We were able to reduce the risk guy off, but even then, yeah. Okay, if we can at least survive this whole part. Oh, man. And there go our healers, so we have to retry. So, I guess this will be a bit more balanced than I thought. See, now you can see why this particular part is going to be brutal. Orbos is about 90% of our damage, and Soul Hackers, while with the right setup, having a full team of survivors isn't necessarily the best setup, because they are very easy to just die with. And on top of that, have the best setup. There's probably a better setup out there. I go with a more balanced setup than wanting everything, obviously, because we need it, basically. Okay, well, one thing I learned from this is you wanna unload on this Meowth and basically kill it instantly. that is basically about 9% of the damage. But thankfully, now that we've gotten that effect and not just died, it's significantly. Alright, now we're gonna focus up, and I'm honestly thinking I should just not use any articulate at all, just use basic attacks for this little bit, and I think the only thing I should really do is just maybe stand to the side to avoid some of those AoE attacks as they appear. Maybe not like that. Obviously it will take longer, but at the very least, we can have our nuke ready. Yeah, honestly, I think just letting Xeno do most of the work is probably going to be better. Oh yeah, and you can use the buff setup either. So that means, yeah, we don't have access to Signify easier. Typically, so after his death swing combined with other classes, but on its own, it can be good, but as you can see, alright, this is where I want to unload. So we're going to use our combos, try to kill an enemy. Okay, cool. Okay. We've got about 2 or 3 of them there. Now this Wolf is going to be taken out next, since he somehow survived. So, yeah. But other than that, yeah, the big thing is focus target on the enemies we want to kill first, making sure to take out stronger enemies before taking out others. And I think we're just gonna probably save the team attack like as a last-ditch effort seems to do a lot of damage. Because I think if we're gonna use it, we're gonna have to use it on the last battle. We're just gonna have to do it at the start too, because like, here we go. There we go. All right, so this is the battle we want to use the chain attack. So let's see what we got. Not really the best start. I'm gonna have to go with Tyon here. And by the way, we can use our orbital swords in here either. So that means we're only gonna get 3 rounds of this chain. So not a lot of time to kill. Alright, I'm gonna use I think just the basic order here. So I think I'm gonna use this for power charge. There we go. Actually does a nice AoE damage, so we can maybe use that in the first 2 battles to help cleave the other opponents down. This one, I'm gonna use, I'll just deal with, yeah, so, yeah, I'm gonna use Yuni's heal first, and then I'm gonna use your art next. That didn't really do much, but honestly, that doesn't really matter. Ideally, we want to get either Noah or Steve. Because we don't have access to Oracle's orders, that means we can't even complete Oracle's order, even if we tried. So that means the next best thing we can do is Brave Assault, basically, to other stuff. And then ensure that Noah comes back at least a second time. Alright, I want to have the best damage boost, so I'm going to have to play it safe here. I'm going to use this one more time, build up a boost, then he quickly use Mio's art. Get Noah back a second time, hopefully get Cena's art. Oh, okay, we don't need that anymore. So actually, one thing I might do to try and cleave down a bit is... Oh, I didn't even notice Triton was there. We should have probably unloaded on him. Yeah. King Triton is right there. I didn't even notice he was there. Well, that was okay, well, honestly, it's fine. We had to kill the ads around first anyway, so we went ahead and do that, and oh wow, he's doing a lot of damage. We need to kill him. Come on, just finish him off. Just finish him off. That's all we want. There we go. That was a rough battle. That was probably the roughest challenge we've ever had to do on this mode. Let's not do that anymore, because, frit that. Slacker is really difficult to do on its own. I'm glad I dealt with that, too, because that was a rough challenge. In fact, it's probably going to be harder than any of the other challenges. Because at least the other challenges at least don't have any restrictions, or at least allow us to use certain abilities, like Ouroboros. Like, new waves will begin over time or when one enemy reigns. See, that's the only thing that's different. So, like, at least that can kind of handle. It's a bit of extra waves, but I guess at least it's not terrible. Anyway, I think we did enough for this video. So, we're gonna save the game here and call it quits. Sorry guys, but yeah. We're going to not finish all the challenges in this episode, sorry. But I'm going to be ending the episode right here. Still, if you like and enjoy, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!